Well, hello and welcome back to Overcoming Obstacles. We are in Module 2 now of 4 and Session 12 of 20. So we're rolling through the program a little over halfway through. So we're pretty excited about that. Get you some good things going in your life. If anytime during any of these programs that you want to schedule a one-on-one strategy session with me, Don Hastings of a2bforme.com, just feel free to do that. Go to a2bforme.info/15 with Don, and we can set that up. You're going to have 4 questions. These are complimentary sessions, but you're going to have 4 questions that you're going to be prepared for. So those will pop up when you make your appointment. And be sure that you review those and you're ready to discuss those because we want to make our 15 minutes very beneficial to you and fruitful. So be sure you get that done. All right, well, let's roll on today. I'm going to back out of here, so let's make this thing bigger for you. And we can go through and talk about what we're going to do today. Well, today we're going to talk about how to achieve greater success with a daily self-motivating regimen. We talked about it last week. We're going to do some habits this week because last week we talked about how important motivation is for overcoming your challenges. But how much of your time do you spend seeking motivation from external factors? And how often do you get it? And when you get it, how long does it last? And we touched on that a little bit last week because I used to do a lot of seminars and rallies, and we see it all the time. People get all pumped up, and they can just, I tell you what, the people on that airplane on the way back from that seminar, that rally, they are just toast because everybody is excited and going to just change the world. And then you get back in a couple weeks later, and you're just back in your ho-hum procrastination moments again. But the bottom line here, folks, is from Jim Rohn. He said the best motivation is self-motivation. It's fun to go to these things, to see the people, to get all pumped up and realize that there is a nation, a community out there that is excited as you are. But when it comes down to it, it's up to you to transform yourself from a pawn to a king or a queen. That is you. And it's there for you. You just have to get out and take it. All right. Well, your typical experience is probably that external motivation has an expiration date, right? You get out there, I don't know what it is for you. Most people, it really is just a couple of weeks and you're back down to just doing nothing. And a lot of times, even when you buy these big programs, a lot of programs out there, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 that I've paid for, and you get them and you're all excited and you go through a couple of weeks of it, and then all of a sudden other things get in the way. And now not only are you not motivated anymore, but your pocketbook's light, right? But yeah, a big example is that you can look at a successful person and feel motivated by their success, right? You can go to Tony Robbins and you can go to these big things that come up and you can get all excited about success. But what happens when you aren't able to achieve similar success in short order? So when you get back and you say, well, doggone it, I thought all I had to do was this, and it doesn't happen. And unfortunately, some of you, Tony Robbins is not one of these because he's a great motivator. But a lot of you getting these get rich quick things, and you think, oh, well, this is going to be simple. All I got to do is do this. Well, no, you need to understand it doesn't matter what you do. Get rich quick is not the deal. These overnight successes generally, they've been working for 10 years, or if they're truly overnight, then they're just scamming you. So be sure that you got a program that will really work for yourself and find people that really do care about you. But don't just get out there and rely on external motivation because, as you probably have experienced, it does have an expiration date. Now, that's where the session is going to help you out because in this session, you're going to learn how to make self-motivation a part of your everyday activities. And when motivation is part of your daily routine, it becomes a habit. It's always there whenever you need it. So make these exercises that we're going to go over a part of your daily routine because the secret of your future is hidden in your daily routine. And we're going to hop on a couple different things today. Number one, you gotta love the person in the mirror. I'll tell you what, if you love yourself as much as Tigger loved himself, you wouldn't have any self-image problems at all, right? Every morning provides the opportunity for you to accept who you are. That's a big part of it. And we have the affirmations that we'll go over at the end of the program. Stay around for those. And all these are up in our resources tab for those of you in the group. You know that. So if you're in the A to B for Me community, we've got all the affirmations up there for you. But it's absolutely important to love who you are and what you've become. You just have to love yourself. That's the bottom line. I mean, that's what's going to make it happen for you, and that's the first step in being self-motivated. Every morning, guys, when you look in the mirror, you're shaving the boss. You may work for somebody else, but it's you. You're the boss. You determine how far, how fast, how high you're going to get there. Ladies, the same thing. When you're doing your hair, you're doing the hair of the boss. Putting your makeup on, you're doing the makeup of making up the boss, because you are the one that's going to make everything change. That's going to change in your life. So you got to love that person in the mirror every single day. Reaffirm your love for the person you see each and every morning. I mean, a lot of people, come on now, this is getting real sappy. I love you. I'm going to put that on. Well, I tell you what, some of you need it. You got to understand that you got to love yourself. I'm not talking about being conceited and being arrogant. I'm just talking about getting out there and having true love for yourself. Remind yourself that you're here for a bigger mission, of which you might not even be aware yet. Some of you ain't figured it out yet. You're sitting there thinking, well, I got this thing. Well, you don't even know what this thing is yet because it hadn't come to you yet. But there's a bigger mission out there in your life, and so one of these days you're going to be aware of it, and it's going to be that drive and that purpose that you just got to get, that legacy, that destiny, whatever it is. But restore the peace of mind that comes with self-acceptance. You just have to accept who you are and where you are. And doing this every day allows it to be ingrained in your soul. So you just got to love yourself through your meditations and through your words. I'll tell you what, your words are killing you. I can guarantee you that, for those of you who are struggling, because your words and thoughts are BFS. They're best friends for life. And if your words are bad, your thoughts don't have a chance because they're fighting it every single step of the way. But you got to love yourself and reaffirm that every day for yourself. Number 2, you got to accept your season in life. And a lot of people used to call it stage in life. I'm not talking about baby to old age and dying. I'm talking about the seasons in your life, because every year you have seasons. There's seasons in a sales process. There's seasons in your life. There's seasons in your marriage, and you got to accept your season in life and believe that you're exactly where you should be at every moment. You just got to believe that I'm here. It's where I'm supposed to be. If I failed, then what did I learn from that? And that just gave me more experience. So I'm exactly where I should be. Your ability to accept that things happen in their own time will make you comfortable with what you've already achieved. Now, I'm not talking about being sedentary here. I'm not saying to sit here and live a settle for life. That's not what this is saying at all. You want to be achieving, you want to be working on a plan, you want to be working on your goals, but you got to believe that you're exactly where you should be every moment, or you're just going to be ungrateful person. You're going to say, oh, I should be there. I should be there. Well, maybe you should be, but you're not. You didn't do the thing that you should have had to get there yet. So just, you're going to get there in your own good time, but seek out every ounce of help you can get. That's what we're here for, A to B for me. And get your ducks in a row, but accept that things happen in their own time. And you didn't find us because it just wasn't time for you in your life yet. So now you found us. Let's get things going for yourself. Now, bear in mind that being comfortable where you are doesn't mean you can't strive for greater success. It's like I said, we're not talking about being sedentary. Knowing that you've done your best to get where you are is enough to keep pushing you forward. So we're not talking about being slackers here. We're talking about that you've done your best. You've done all you can do within your power. You might have made some mistakes, but that's fine. That you did your best. So just keep pushing forward. But your gratitude is huge, and you've got to be grateful for where I am at. and excited about where I'm going. And we want to start every single day with gratitudes, and that's part of the Phoenix Journal that we promote here at A to B for me. Is you're going to have every day. It's going to say, "What am I grateful for today?" And you want to put those things in there, and you don't have to get make it a master's thesis or anything. Just what are two or three great things that you see every day, and sometimes they're kind of the same things. I'm always grateful for my wife, and loving God, and for my home and just my family. Those types of things, and you can go from there. But bear in mind, we're not talking about just sitting back and doing nothing. We're talking about doing your best. Continue to strive for greatness and keep pushing forward. But just don't worry about being behind the ball, because you'll get there. Just keep rolling. You're going to get there. Every few days, write a list of things you've achieved, whether it's big or small. Some of you remember Urkel. Might be showing some of you like, who the hell is Urkel? Well, his character back in the day of sitcoms, but he used to say, "Did I do that?" And sometimes you got to sit back and say, "Did I do that? Wow, that's pretty cool. That was a good achievement for me." And then you want to combine them at the end of the month and take an overall look at your awesomeness, right? Now, you don't want to sit here and inflate yourself again, and it's not the purpose of making you an egomaniac. It's just saying, hey, look, I wasn't, I really didn't realize I did as much as I did. That's pretty cool, and I am awesome, and I am making progress, and that's what we're talking about is tracking our progress. And again, in our weekly accountability meetings that we do with A to B for me folks, we have key productive indicators that we keep an eye on and a percentage, and we want to make sure that that percentage is acceptable to attaining our goals. And we set our goals every week, and we be sure that we have a well-rounded week. Where we include family and relationships and fitness and all those good things in there. But every few days, write this list, and then you go back and you're going to be able to like Oracle and say, "Did I do that?" And you say, "Yeah, you did, baby." And look in the mirror and give yourself a big old hug for awesomeness. Number 3, you want to surround yourself with positive energy. That's you just have to. Positive energy can come from things you choose to do. It can come from people you surround yourself with. But when you're surrounded by positive energy, you can't help but maintain positivity. And we talk about this in Deep Dive to Destiny, of course, 84 Days and Compound Effect, Miracle Morning, Jim Rohn, all of our teachings talk about surrounding yourself with the right people. But you just got to surround yourself with that positive energy, and that comes from you. That comes from your daily meditations. That comes from your affirmations, your thoughts. You just got to keep that positive energy going, because if you're putting great things out into the universe is going to send great things back to you. It's just going to happen. It's the law of attraction principle, and you want to make yourself attractive. And I'm not talking about girls getting up and spending 30 minutes getting yourself all pretty. I'm talking about inside. Just make yourself attractive and attract these things for you, because everything that you want in life is out there for you. It's exactly, and most of the time, it's exactly what you're looking for. It's just waiting for you. But you've got to, you just got to attract it into your life. You got to attract these opportunities. You got to attract the people that you need in your life. But surround yourself with positive energy, and these things will start to happen in your life. No one wants to be around negative Nancy, and I apologize if your name is Nancy, but that's the term, right? The bottom line is, it's your choices. There's a lot of them hanging around, right? There's orange ones and green ones and blue ones and turquoise ones and red ones, but you make the proper choices. Watch movies that empower and uplift you. I mean, I'm real bad about watching a lot of these murder mysteries and these types of things. And I do like a lot of history stuff, but you sometimes just got to get out Rudy, right? Watch Rudy, or get out the Rocky movies, or something that's going to empower and uplift you. So we want to watch those types of things, and do things with your friends that build encouragement. So get out there and just have some fun. Maybe go bowling or do a ropes course or something. Just have some fun. Don't get down yourself. Just have some fun with your friends, and put yourself in situations where you'll come out of the other end smiling. and have that positive vibe in your life and get out there and do it. I know when we're out there, a lot of times I bowl. My wife's like, you just don't look like you're having a good time. Well, yeah, hey, no matter what I'm doing, whether it's golf, people look at me the same way with golf and say, I don't think you're having a very good day. It's not. I'm not having a good day. I'm always competing against myself, and I want to be the best I can be. So I'm concentrating on that next shot or that next roll or whatever it is. Even in games, when we have game night, it may not seem like I'm having a great time, but I always try to be the best I can be, and might take it a little bit too personal. I'm a Hastings, and we love to win. But whatever to do, get out there and just turn yourself around and just be sure that you're encouraging, you're happy for other people when they win and you don't, and be sure that you end up smiling. Number 4 gets into it, help others from the goodness of your heart. Now, a lot of you out there, you volunteering. This is a big problem with some of you church folks out there. You're thinking that your good deeds are going to get you to heaven. And so you're saying, well, I did this, and I did that, and I did this, and I did that, and blah, 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 blah. Well, that's not how the scorecard works, sweetie. It's got to be from the goodness of your heart. And avoid helping for personal gain or recognition. Just if you're out there trying to help just so you can be on the poster, or you can be this person, you can be blah 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 blah, then you're doing it for all the wrong reasons. When you help others and see the positive impact, you naturally feel better about yourself, and that's what you're looking for. You don't want to sit there and just be some big old attention hog. And taking these words that are in this photo here, where you talking to people, when don't worry, I'm here for you. I understand. I'll never leave you. Everything's going to be okay. That's the type of person's encouragement that you need for people, and that's what we're here for on this earth, is to help our fellow man, fellow woman, fellow person, whatever is politically correct for you these days. You want to get out there to help other people in this world. That's what we're here for. And I tell you, the more people you can help, the better off it's going to be for you, the way you feel, and things are just going to come to you. And again, that's another law of attraction. You're out there giving, things are going to come back to you. You don't need to be worried about you. Just get out there and help other people. And the more people you help, your dreams are going to come true. But it's got to be from the goodness of your heart. I love this. One helpful act with a positive outcome is usually very inspiring. And I love Winston Churchill's quote, "We make a living by what we get, and we make a life by what we give." And seeing the difference you can make in others' lives proves that you're pretty awesome. It just does. Knowing that you're important to someone else's well-being can make you feel worthwhile and encourages you to keep on helping more and more and more. So whether if you've ever worked down at the missions, you're really helping people out, and they can see it. I work with First Tee with the kids. I love working with kids. I was a scout leader for 17 years. I could see the differences, and I could see what was going on. It made me feel good. I certainly didn't make any money off that, but the bottom line is I did make some contacts through the years, unintentional, just kind of happened, and those things come back to you. So things are there for you, and just the fact that a kid would come back after he's graduated from college and come by your house and say hi to you and just catch up with you, that really, man, means a lot to me. Or getting a handwritten note from summer camp from one of the kids, Camp Open Arms or something like that we donate to. This really, really makes you feel good, and it encourages you to help other people. So get out there from the goodness of your heart and just start giving. All right, number 5, focus on smaller goals. Talked to you last week about this. I'll talk to you probably every week about this. But if you need a big piggy bank, the place to start is a little piggy bank, right? And then you just get a little bit bigger. When that one gets full, get you another one. And that's kind of how your goals are. You fill up one goal, mini goal, then you go and you got that done. So now you can start on the second one. But reaching for and missing broad, unrealistic goals can be very demotivating. And that's really one of the first things that we tackle at A to B for me, is because your thoughts are all messed up, and that's our first level, is getting your thoughts right. And a lot of that comes from the fact that you're setting goals they're just unrealistic. They're not smart. They're not attainable. They're other people's goals in a lot of ways. They're not even yours. So I want to be sure that you got your purpose right and got your goal setting right. Because when you're unreasonable with your capabilities, you end up feeling disappointed when you miss the mark. So you have to take stock of yourself. What can I really do? We talked about control, being in control of certain things, and not worrying about the things that you can't be in control of. The Serenity Prayer. Just be sure that you know what you are capable of controlling and what not, and don't worry about it. Just do what you can do. And if we need things to make you successful that you are not skilled at or you're not good at, then we need to sub those out, and we need to financially put that into our plan for you, our strategy for you. But get out there and be sure that you're not dealing with unrealistic, demotivating goals and situations. Let's look at focusing on smaller goals. And because this is just how it works. Small goal, small goal, small. They keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger and darker and darker and darker. And all of a sudden, there's your big goal. Why not break your major goal into smaller, tangible ones? I mean, doesn't that make sense? And how we do it here really is key actions, key productive indicators. There are things you've got to do every single day to reach these goals. And we work on 12-week years. So you've got 4 of those every year, but we treat each one of them like it is a year. So we work on 12-week programs here, and they get you to that big goal at the end of the year, or the 2 to 5 year, or whatever it is. But you'll be able to focus on one part at a time, which is a big part of it. You don't have to worry about eating the whole elephant. Just eat what's on your plate right now, right? And with every one that you take off, right, you get a step closer to success. So you can see it shades, it gets darker and darker, gets full, 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 and all of a sudden, there's your big goal. So let's look at breaking these things down for yourself and celebrate success. My goodness, you got to celebrate whenever you achieve a goal, large or small. And this is one of those uh, preaching to the choir things here, because I've been guilty of not celebrating success pretty much my entire life, because I just keep going. But proving to yourself that you can do it motivates you to keep going. So you do have to have some successes. And as we talked about earlier, did I do that? You got to go back and look at these things and prove to yourself. And that's really what I love about journaling. I've got journals for every 12-week period, and I can just go back to these and I can see what I did. I can see what happened in that year. I can see what my thoughts were back in that year. If I'm having a tough time believing I did anything, I can go back and look at my journals and say, wow, these were my thoughts back then. These are my thoughts now. This is what I was doing back there. Look at how much more important my key productive indicators are now than they were 3 years ago. So you can see that growth. But celebrate whenever you achieve a goal, whether it's large or small. And approach this daily regimen that we talked about in the same way a professional sports player approaches training day. Uh, you got to understand, what are your goals for the day? And those are our key productive indicators. What we got to get done today. We're going to break every week, have weekly goals, and we want to break those weekly goals down into daily goals. And then what can you achieve when you hit each target? And then what do you focus on when you feel like giving up? And that's why I love the Phoenix Journal, because you've got your goals in there, you've got your vision board in there, you've got everything in there, so you can just kind of flip through. I spend probably 2-3 days every 12 weeks just cutting and pasting and glue sticking and everything else to get my journal where it needs to be so that I can flip through it. And it's just a motivation factory for me. I just look through there and get excited. Just oh yeah, why in the hell would you ever want to sit around and do nothing when you got all this stuff that you could have and do and help people, right? So the bottom line is you got to have an action plan, and it includes objectives, strategies, collaboration. You don't want to think you're in there alone. Implementation of the plan, and then checks. You got to make sure that you're following this thing, and you got a schedule on it, and you're reviewing it, and it's plan, review them, and plan, reflect, plan, execute. And really the important one is the first 3 letters of the action plan. You got to act. And if you're not going to act, there's no point in having an action plan, right? We talked about that last week. Planning, implementation. I mean, that's great. You can plan all you want to, but until you implement it and act, that plan is useless. All right. Well, and then I am worthy because I am. We talk about I am a lot at A to B for me because the affirmations are a huge part of your life because you are your biggest supporter. And I know some of you might, well, if I'm depending on me to be my biggest supporter, I'm in sad shape. Right? Well, we got to get that fixed because the bottom line is you need to be, and you need to understand that I'm worthy because I am. You are you. You got to love yourself and tell yourself you're worth every bit of success that comes your way. You deserve it. When you hit troubling times, you may want to shore up your motivation for extra help in getting through these challenges. So that's why I love, again, the Phoenix Journal, because I go through, and if I'm having a rough day, I'll just scroll through those pages and see all the things that I'm out here working for and why I'm even doing this stuff and putting in that extra 4 or 5 hours when I could be doing something else. What you do is you got to shore up that motivation of why you're doing it. You got to have your why in there, huge. You got to have it in there. You got to have your destiny in there. You got to have your legacy. What do you want? Why are you even here on this earth, right? But you got to tell yourself every single day that you're worth every bit of success that comes your way. All right. Well, up next, the next session, we're going to give you techniques. We've talked about habits and this thing. We're going to talk about some techniques to help you maintain your motivation, during these challenging times, because you get in there, and again, if your thoughts aren't right, your actions are going to stop. And if your actions stop, you're not going to be able to develop habits. And the habits are what get you to your character and your core values instilled. And that's what's really going to get you through the fourth quarters and get you to success. So we'll talk about that coming up in the next session. But first, we've got some things to do today. So here's what we need to do. First of all, I want you to surround yourself with positive energy. Go back and look at that. Call your best friend, get together, do something you both love. I want you to get out there and laugh, play, and enjoy it to its fullest and make some happy memories. Now, that's a really tough assignment this week, right? But you want to get out there. I want you just to learn just to enjoy life and surround yourself with positive energy and be excited and be with people you love and get out of this, all this kind of, pity party crap and get out there and make some happy memories. Now, some of you have been, with me for a while. I talk about all the time about Jan back in the day when the kids were first growing up. She's telling you need to get out there and you need to quit making so much money and start making some memories, and that's because I was spending so much time away from the family. So then I got with the boys were coming up, and Amber and the daughter was there, but I really got into scouting and started hanging out with the kids. And then, of course, if I'm going to hang out with anything, I'm going to end up being a leader and taking on responsibilities. So then, 17 years later, here I am still working and scouting and stuff. And, by that time, Jan's like, well, maybe we need to start thinking about making less memories and a little more money, right? Because change those things. So be sure you have a balanced life when you're doing these things. But get out there and make you some happy memories. All right, well, let's look at some affirmations this week. We got several of them. I'm not going to go through all these. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them today. But we got, I find joy in small accomplishments. I help others whenever I can. I love myself unconditionally and accept myself as I am. I am where I need to be, and I surround myself with people who make me smile. So we've got 5 of them out here. We can pop in here and look at a couple of them. Hold on just a second. What happened there? We didn't get it opened. Let's see. Yeah, I guess I didn't do it. Well, I guess we're not going to be able to do it. Hold on just a second. I'll get to these things. Hold on. I'll find them, and we'll get in here and we'll do them. Let's do one of them here. All right. Let's do, I find joy in small accomplishments. Okay, we just decided that's what we're going to do today. So let's look at this. I celebrate every small win. I find joy even in tiny achievements. My acknowledgement of these small wins helps me achieve bigger ones. And as I celebrate my success, I show gratitude and thank those who help me. My small accomplishments help me see progress. They give me a boost and encourage me to keep going. They help me feel that I accomplish important things. I cross off each win on my path to a bigger picture. I celebrate my accomplishments with my family and friends. Even a small win deserves a party. I divide my goals into smaller pieces. This makes them more manageable and lets me celebrate each little accomplishment on the list. I see progress all the time. I help others shape their goals into reasonable parts. That's a big part of it there, sharing what you know. Minor milestones help me see that success is within my reach. They show that my work has meaning, and they let me refine my objectives so my goals are easier to achieve. The joy I feel with each accomplishment nourishes my spirit. The happiness lifts me to new levels and gives me confidence. My self-esteem strengthens with each small win, and my sense of worth grows. I find comfort in my progress. Today, I thank you for each of my small accomplishments. I'm grateful for everything I achieve. And there's some self-reflections here. How can I celebrate my accomplishment with others? So think about that as you're setting these things up. And you should do that anyway when you set your goals up every month. If I kind of monthly goals in there, in your 12 weeks, so you'll break them down into 30 30-day increments or so. And there's 84 days, so whatever that is divided by 3. That's how many days you got in there. And then each month, if you achieve that particular goal for that particular section, go ahead and put in there in advance how you're going to celebrate. And that way you have something to look forward to. And what can I do to make small wins a regular part of my life? And how can I help others understand that celebrating small wins is important? So this is an important part of it, sharing, what you know. So I find joy in accomplishments. Okay, I'm being told that they want to do one more. So let's look at one another. How about I surround myself with people, because this is one that a lot of people have issues with. So let's do this one real quick, and then we'll get on down the road here. Then if you want any of these, again, A, you can reach out to me and I'll send them to you. But B, if you're in the group, A to B for Me community, they're in the resources tab, so you can get all of them and kind of go through them yourself. I surround myself with people who make me smile, kind of like the Chicago song, right? Smiling helps me maintain positive energy to carry me through even my most difficult days. I take advantage of every opportunity to smile. I purposely seek out happy people to spend time with. Their demeanor emanates to me. They enrich my soul and make me smile. I make time for my friends and family because we enjoy each other's company. When we're together, we share laughter and enjoyment that outlasts that moment and carries me through even tough situations ahead of me. I give due credit to my loved ones for keeping a smile on my face. Although my workplace is a professional environment, I enjoy when it is pleasant. During my break times, I engage in conversation with jovial people. Helping those who are less fortunate gives me a sense of accomplishment. I feel good inside when I see them make use of my gifts. Their gratitude is heartwarming, and it nudges me to remember the things that are really important in life. Today, my smile speaks 1,000 words about the people around me. My smile represents the positive energy that I surround myself with. Each day of life with my fellow human beings is a day to celebrate with joyfulness. And I hope you understand that I really believe in this affirmation. Hopefully you see me smiling all the time. But how easy is it for me to maintain a happy demeanor when I'm distressed? And that's the key right there. How you gonna keep it going, right? And what role do I play in ensuring that happiness of the people around me? And what can I do to make myself smile when I'm alone? Well, gratitude is a big part of that. I'll give you a little cheat on that one. So anyway, there's a couple of them for you for this week. But again, if you want any of these, just reach out to me. I can get them to you. But we've got, I love myself unconditionally, accept myself as I am. I help others whenever I can. And I am where I need to be, that we can also go over with you. All right. Well, we're at about 34 minutes, so we're going to keep rolling. But I do want to go over the fact that in the program right now, the current program, which is a complimentary program, we're at the end of September, and I'll tell you, October is just right here. And it doesn't matter what time of year it is, but it may be the fourth quarter, no matter what time of year that you're into. But we're just happen to be going into a fiscal fourth quarter. And as you all know, I'm a Cowboys fan. I'm very frustrated Cowboys fan sometimes, but and some of you may not like the Cowboys, may not like Jerry Jones, but I do like this quote that he had that everybody is pretty good in the first quarter. Second quarter, you have a little bump or two on you coming into the half. And by the time the third quarter comes around, you're tired and you're laboring. But when you come to the fourth quarter, it calls on your character. And an A to B for me, that's really the formation of everything. It's thoughts, action, habits, character. When you get your character in place, your core values in place, then destiny is just the next logical step, and it's not very far away. But it's going to take really 5 things to get you through the fourth quarters of your life. And again, it doesn't matter if it's your fourth quarter is in October or your fourth quarter is in February or March or whenever it is. It's time to get rolling. But you got to have discipline, commitment, toughness, effort, and pride to get through these things. And A to B for me, we kind of help you out with that because we've got a program called 84 Days, which is 12 weeks. And what we do here is we review and course correct your personal processes to assist you to change the ending. A lot of people are like, man, I get rolling, but man, my ending is just never right. So we want to change that ending for yourself. And at A to B for me, we have do with you programs. We don't do it yourself programs. So we're here with you to help you on these things. And in 84 days, we've got 24 deep dives, and this is a if you add this thing up, it's more than 84 days. It's just that we're knocking this thing out quickly because clear vision journaling we do that through the Phoenix Journal, and we want to make sure you understand how the importance of journaling and what it's all about, and then how to implement the Phoenix Journal into your life. And then we're going to talk about success fundamentals for about 6 weeks, or the programming here in short order. We're going to go over the compound effect with Darren Hardy, and then talk about lifestyle transformation, the Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod, and then we're going to go into, and that's about 6 weeks, 7 weeks, and then habit modification, Atomic Habits with James Clear. That's about a 7-week program normally. And then we're going to go through a few weeks of effective execution with the 12-week year. And then passion and purpose through the book called The Rhythm of Life. We're going to go through that with you and kind of at the end of it just solidify the fact of what is your passion and what is your purpose to keep your motivation up and rolling. And all together, I mean, this is really a year program, but we're putting it out here for you and condensing it for you in about 84 days. And then the do with you part of it is we got 5 personal strategy sessions and accountability sessions that we're going to have with you that we include in this. And then for continuing continuity, upon graduation of 84 days, we're going to give you 12-month access to all of our A to B for Me programs, including our monthly coaching sessions and training sessions that we have on our calendar, and some other neat events that we may have. So all of it's out there for you in our 84 days program, and it's a perfect time to do it if you're doing this live with us, because you've got about 12 or 13 weeks left in the year, and you want to get this thing rolling. So when you go, that's what you're locked and loaded going into 2022. And how do you do that? Well, it's a daily investment in yourself. We call it time plus 10 is equals success. It's your time, and you choose what time of day you want to do it, or you can catch up with it. It is a timed program. I think they click off every other day or every third day or something like that, and it keeps you rolling. So you can get behind, but you can't. We're not going to let you get ahead, because we want to be sure that you're doing all your action steps every single lesson and you're ready for the next one. And the pricing is really $10 a day times 84, so it's $840 for the entire program. That includes the whole 365 with us and everything else. And then you got to get your books and materials, which you can stagger as you need them. And we really deep discounted this thing. We added it all up with all the strategy sessions and all the programs that we put in here. It's about the $1,522 package. And so you're getting about a $682 discount, or about a 45% discount by getting it right now. And to get it, you can just go up to A to B for me .info//84 days. And we also have up there, you'll see we've got some budget pricing. $300 times 3 months. So you can do 3 easy payments of $300 if you don't have the $840 up front, and you can get it going for yourself. And so we just want to make it easier for yourself, but we want to make it, this is for people who really want to get rolling. You're tired, you're just messing around, you want all your goals in place, you want to make sure everything's realistic, you want to get yourself set up for success in 2022. So come out and reach out for us, because there's a couple things that you need to consider, some realities. And one is, if you're saying, well, that sounds pretty good, I might do that one of these days. Well, one of these days equals none of these days. Because your subconscious, that's just another procrastination. Your subconscious is saying one of these days just to satisfy things. and it really means none of these days. You'll never get around to it if you don't do it now. Because you can't push a rope. There's no way you can push a rope. You can't put toothpaste back in the tube. And the bottom line is, we can't make folks successful that don't want to be. So if you don't want to make the commitment and get it rolling, then it's just not going to happen for you. But if you want to be successful and you want to change your ending, now's the time. And we'd love you to join us on the journey, because we know that you got this, and we know that we got this. So we want to do it together with you. Again, it's a do it with you program. So hop up to A to B for me.info/84 days. Let's begin that journey today, because the really impending question here is, if not now, when? I mean, when are you going to do it? I mean, we talked about there's a time for things that are going to come around to you. Well, here it is. And if not now, when are you going to do it? So hop up there and let's get this thing rolling for yourself. All right. Well, that's it. I want to thank you for attending today. I want you to have an awesome week. Again, if you want to schedule a one-on-one strategy session with me, complimentary session, A to B for me.info/15 with Don. We can even talk about 84 days on there if you want to. Also, if you want to go back and catch some of our previous programs, go up, subscribe to YouTube. You can catch them. They're all lined out. The Overcoming Obstacles is an entire playlist up there for you if you want to get through that. And we've got some old stuff out there, some our other programs, and our used to have Wham Wednesdays if you want to get some ideas on accountability sessions, and we got some Finish Strong Fridays, and of course Strive Thursdays are always up there. You can also listen to us on Anchor FM, A to B for me, and then we're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So we are out there, and if you can't find us, well, it's your own damn fault. Just put A to B for me, and it'll come up for you. All right, well, I'm going to hop back in here for you real quick. Quit preaching a little bit and get back in here and say goodbye to you. So if I can get my mouse to work, I've had some interesting challenges today. But anyway, here we are. Have a great one. As always, we want you to keep moving in the direction of your dreams. And come back to us for the next session. We got a session 13. It's not an unlucky session. I promise you it's going to be a great one. So come back and see us for that one. But have an awesome